Hey Scott, what's up, bud? You got somewhere I can put this thing?
Yeah, I do actually. I got just the spot.
Stick them in the walk-in?
I think so.
Alright.
We have all everyone's hairs. Got them?
Yeah, I got it. Stick them right here. Oh.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Alright guys, well I got you in here. I'm going to show you what I'll be cooking today. This recipe is called the Cranberry Mostarda. There's a lot you can do with this, okay? I'm using the cranberry sauce beer. You can use any fruit you like. I like using cranberries, especially this time of year, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So for this recipe, I'm using this awesome badass country mustard rub from Hop Aaron's. I'm only going to be using about a tablespoon worth. So this comes in your quarantine pack along with this beer. We got some sugar here, about a cup of sugar, cup of whole grain mustard, salt, pepper, just some cooking oil here just to sweat down the cranberries. This is a cornstarch slurry, which I'll go over in a little bit, and apple cider vinegar. So we're going to start off by turning on the pan. Getting it nice and hot. We're going to add a little bit of oil to the bottom of it. Just a little bit. Let that get hot. We're going to crack open the beer. And let that hang out a little bit. Let it get some air. Grab my cranberries. Add them into the pot. We're going to let them sweat. Now you can add a little bit of salt and pepper right here. I like doing it a little bit in the beginning and a little bit at the end. This kind of just helps get some of the moisture out of the cranberries. This mustard powder is actually awesome to use. You can use a lot of different things with it. You can do rubs. You can mix it in with some of your seasonings. I prefer to use it in like any kind of mustard base, anything. You can use it in like a aioli. You can use it in a sauce, a gravy sauce. This mustard is actually not too potent in flavor where you get some mustard where it's overpowering. I think this is just the right amount. As you can see here, now the cranberries are starting to sweat down a little bit. So we're going to be adding the vinegar first, and then we're going to be adding the beer. But we want them to just blister just a touch. Oh, got some cranberries stuck in the list here. Sorry. Now we're going to add our apple cider vinegar. Let them cook down. Turn it up a little bit. We're going to add our mustard powder from Hop Aaron's. Mix that up. Let the powder start to dissolve. Now we're going to take the beer. We're going to add about half a can. It depends on how much beer flavor you like. This is great cranberry flavor as well, and it's pretty tart. And that also goes back to when we start adding sugar. If you guys want it more sweet, it's just your preference. If you want it more sweet, add more sugar. If you want it more tart, you can totally add more beer or more cranberries. You can also do this recipe with dried cranberries, any kind of dried fruit as well. This is great for charcuterie boards. You can top pork with it, duck with it, chicken with it, steak with it. It's pretty much an all-around topping. It's great with meat and cheese though, for sure. So now I'm going to add about half the can of beer. Save the other half for ourselves. Now we're going to add the mustard. Just about a cup worth. If you guys don't like a lot of whole grain mustard, you can totally just use Dijon. I like the whole grain look to it. It actually acts as a thickener. I'm going to add the whole cup. I'm just going to mix this around. I'm pretty much going to let this cook until the cranberries are starting to blister, and it's going to create a nice pink color. Alright guys, once it starts to boil down, and you see the cranberries in there that starts to break down a little bit, and it's pretty much at a simmer, we're going to add the sugar because it is going to be tart. This is about a cup worth. I'm going to be adding about half of it. And you can always adjust as you go. It's nice and thick now, but if you're ever at home and it is a little too thick, or a little too thin, if it's too thick, you can always add more beer. If it's too thin, you can always add a slurry, which I have right here. So I'm gonna let it bring up to a boil just a little bit. Alright. Boiling, now we're just gonna add a little bit of this slurry to it, just to thicken it up again. And now you can always add more if you want it thicker, but I think this is the perfect consistency. As you can see, it's nice and thick. You can use this in a charcuterie board, like I said, or a topping for any kind of pork dish. So enjoy this awesome beer that we have out. It's great for the holidays. It's actually great. I wish this beer came out in the summer because people like that tartness. Also, guys, check out our chef's menu. We got a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think it's awesome that we got the Chef Bowl deals. We got burgers going on during the week. We also have Taco Tuesday, which is awesome. We got a bunch of different options coming out. Definitely check out our chef menu, and have a good one.